That is the stadium. That is Crown. And everything else, well, that is the city. This, my friends, is 1001 at 19 The Circus in Burswood. We have got a lot to see with this one. An absolutely wonderful property. A beautiful 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment that has such great living space inside and out. I mean, this is what's going on inside. And we're going to see all of this in a whole lot of detail in just a moment. But this is what's happening outside. There is a lot to look at. We're going to take a tour. Really, I would normally say from the front to the back, but today we're going to go from the front to the back after we've been from the bottom to the top, because there is a lot going on downstairs as well. So stick around for a very long tour as to what's going on. I'm going to show you as much detail as I can, and obviously, if you're going, that's too much detail, well then skip along at your own pace. But I'm going to show you everything I can about what's on offer with this one. We're going to head downstairs, and then we'll make our way back up. All right, so we're downstairs now, and I've just gone for a little bit of a wander around. I was just chatting with these folks down the end there. They're all getting together. They're all from around here as well. They just love the vibe of what's going on in this community. Around the circus, all of these apartment buildings that kind of face around that, it's a very friendly place to be. It's, it's not a country town, but I tell you what, it's like bumping into country people. This is what is happening, and this is what it's like all around. It's a very walkable location, obviously. There's a lot to walk to when you live in a spot like this, but even right around the buildings themselves, there are just some beautiful parklands, and everything is just so appealing. It is a very nice place to live when you're up there, and a very nice community to be a part of when you're down here by the looks of it. We've got a couple of restaurants and bars and things like that. We'll go and have a look past those as well, but this is what's going along when you hit the ground floor. City in the background, places to walk, people who want to talk. It's a nice place to be. So, well, which apartment is it? I can pretty much tell you that it's one of those ones right there. I think, and I'm going from memory here. I think we're in that one with the lights on, because right now the photographer's upstairs taking photos. So I think that's us. Anyway, we'll take a bit of a wander this way and see what's happening around town. Of course, this is me just taking a wander right now. You can skip along. Sometimes I forget that you're on the other end of this, There's just me walking around, and I should be talking to you. I mean, technically we're walking along here together. 3Bs, Burswood Bar and Bistro there. That's open 4 p.m. till late, Monday to Friday. Saturday, Sunday, 7:30 a.m. till late. So you can wander down for your breakfast, head back for your lunch, finish up with some dinner. I mean, the apartment's got a beautiful kitchen, but you probably don't really need it. That's the kind of lifestyle that's on offer. So entrance to the apartment is over there. We'll head back through there in a moment. I'll just show you around the circus. I reckon, if you're going, gee, this is a long-winded dude, far out, how long does he have to take to show me the 2-bedroom apartment? Well, firstly, skip along to the end. You'll find the apartment footage at the end, no doubt. I haven't recorded it yet, but that's where I'm going to put it. And, yeah, I mean, obviously you can speed me up as well. So we've got another bar over here. Should we wander in and have a little bit of a look? I am walking around with you, but I'm not going to buy you a drink. Darren's small bar, coffee and kitchen. Presumably that's Darren behind the bar right now. There we go. That's cool. And you've got plenty of places to walk after you've had a little bit of a drink, or a little bit of a coffee, or a little bit of a bite at Darren's. Locally roasted coffee. It's all on offer here. Quite the lifestyle, I've got to say. Then you've got this park in the centre of the circus. So, there's no excuse in this situation to not still be getting outside and enjoying everything that's on offer, because you have the parks, you have the lawns, places to walk, things to enjoy, none of the maintenance. that's what's going on down here. So that gives you a pretty good idea of what's happening at the bottom of these apartments. As you can see, it's a great place to be. So now we'll head back and we'll check out a couple of things. Firstly, we're going to check out some of the facilities. We've got the pool and the gym. And then I'll show you where you can park. There's 2 parking bays. And then we'll go upstairs and have a look at what's going on from up there. "19 The Circus, Allegro Apartments." Sorry, I had a slight fumble there trying to get the door open. There's a button to press. Now, this is your lobby. A very nice place. I'm sure that if you live this close to Optus Stadium, that you will no doubt have plenty of friends making their way here for game nights. One very, very popular place to be, that is for sure. Especially in a good year for Freo too, hey? That's a good thing. All right, let's go out here and have a look around the pool area. So we've got a lot going on. There's your gym, by the way. So that's in there. I know there's people in the gym right now, so they probably don't really like the idea of a real estate agent walking through and recording them. So maybe I won't do that, but we'll see if anyone's still in there once we've had a look around the pool area. Thankfully, quite a cold night tonight, so no one in the pool area. And here we are. So around the pool, there is great communal areas in this great community. We have the barbecue, sink, all of this. Very nicely set up, so you've got plenty of spaces to entertain a bigger crowd if you need to, obviously. Mind you, you could be here, or you could be upstairs looking at the sunset. You've got options, folks. You know, whatever you feel like, I guess. And that is the pool. So, really lovely space. All very nicely set up. Now, what I'll do is, which way shall we go? A bit more context here, just in case you're trying to, I have a floor plan for the apartment itself available, but I don't have the entire floor plan of the entire complex, although I do have a copy of the strata plan that we can make available to you as well. So that's the foyer that we came in over there. There's the gym. We've got a photo of that. How about you just look at the photo of that? I don't want to go and interrupt somebody in the middle of their workout. All right. So that gives you a pretty good idea as to what is happening around here. More areas. There's just areas. Maybe we'll just go for an explore. What do you reckon? If you're still with me, thank you for sticking around. Maybe you've skipped along, I don't know. But what are we going to find back here? Just another little garden area. But we will go downstairs because right there is the entrance to the car parking. So 2 parking bays, like I mentioned before, we'll go and see them. And there's a store area as well. We'll go and see that and see what you can see with it. At the moment, the owner parks a Land Cruiser down there, as well as various other vehicles at times, and there's plenty of space for all of that. But we'll go and see it. Maybe I'll hit pause for a while, and we'll pick this up when we get back down there. I didn't pause it very long, did I? That is the shower. That is the toilet area for the pool. Because, let's face it, it's just a lot more polite. Okay, so while that was paused, I've done a little bit of a loop around, and I've come back in here to show you that when you come down the lift, you make your way into this basement area where we have all of this parking. And Here it is. So this is you, 1001. Allocated parking. One bay here and another bay behind you. So very practical, very well set up. All of that is very simple and straightforward, but ample parking and storage as well. So now I believe it's this one right here, by the way. I think it's this one here. And actually, if I'm not mistaken, through to there. Do you want me to clarify that for you? If you need me to clarify that for you, just let me know. But I'm pretty certain that that is the full amount for you there. So all of that along there. Very, very handy indeed. And this is a car park. I mean, I don't need to take you for a full tour of a car park, I wouldn't have thought. Unless you particularly want one. In which case, hey, just sing out and, you know, I can bring you back for a video walkthrough of a car park. But this is how it works. So you have your buzzer. Everyone's kind of taking care of each other. This is a good thing, right? From a security point of view, wait for gate to close before driving off. So they want to make sure that people are doing the right thing there and no randoms are walking in off the street and into your car parking area. So, did you need to see that as part of the video? Probably not. But do you get that level of information with Mark Rogan from O'Neill Real Estate? Yes, you do. I mean, I think it's important. If you were here in person, you'd probably want the full tour. So this is me giving you the full tour before you have to come and see it in person, which, and I say it like, have to come and see it in person. That's not a bad thing. It's not like it's a burden, I'll assure you of that. So let's open that up again and wander back through. There's Crown, by the way. We don't have to sit there and watch the garage right now. That is Crown just over the other side. Nice wander over there. I mean, if you can't get anything at the 3Bs, you can't get anything at Darren's, you can of course wander over there and, you know, partake of all of the wonderful food and debauchery, I suppose, that Crown is famous for. Less money laundering these days. It was a big deal at one stage for them, and I think they seem to have put a stop to that. So if that's what you're after, money laundering, well, Crown's not the place for you. And by the way, neither is Mark Rogan from O'Neill Real Estate. We have, in recent times, been going through the AML, anti-money laundering training, and that's a big part of real estate now. We've got to go through this whole situation with making sure that people aren't laundering money through property transactions. So, you know, during that whole purchase process, if we ask you for more information than you're used to giving if you're buying a property, look, it's not me, it's the government. But, you know, if you are thinking of laundering money, just pick a different real estate agent. If you're looking for one that I doubt would have done his training, let me know and I'll pass on the name. No, don't launder money. It's not a good thing. This is the community notice board just in the bottom of here of the car parking here, and you know, good friendly place. All right, that's enough of this for now. Let's go back upstairs. All right, so your little scanner card there, obviously, that is a big part of it all. Have I scanned it correctly? Hopefully. So obviously we're heading back up to the apartment now. I'll take you directly from the lift to the apartment. The photographer's currently doing some work in there, so I may or may not keep recording. I don't know what we'll do. We'll find out when we get there. But that's the nature of this tour. We're just finding out stuff as we go, as we explore together everything that's on offer here. Hopefully it hasn't been too boring so far, but all right, we're here. Level 10. There we go. And there we are. Back where we started. Let's go through and see what's happening. So here we are, back on the balcony. And we'll go and have a look through in a moment, but I just wanted to show you this. So that there, right there, is where the racetrack is going to be. So that is another initiative of the West Australian government. Don't know where you stand on it. Some people don't like it. But that's another hallmark of West Australians. We don't like things until we've got them. And then when we've got them, we're like, you know what? I think that's really great that we've got that now. We're kind of a we can be a bit whingy sometimes. That's just my opinion as somebody who was born here. If that offends you with that comment, I'm sorry. I don't mean you. I mean other people. But this is going to be a prime position to enjoy everything that goes on with that. We're talking like world-class events happening right in front of you. Obviously, Optus Stadium, world-class sporting events happening there. High-end, big stuff coming to Western Australia. Massive concerts happening right there at Optus Stadium. And then right in front of you, international motorsport events. That is a pretty cool thing to be able to say that you can see from your place. We've got the bridge, we've got the river, we've got the city, we've got the other bridge, we've got the casino. All of it is happening from here. All right, we're going to come back out in a moment, but for now, that's that. All right, so here we go. Now, did it get a whole lot darker outside all of a sudden? Yes, it did. Was that because I got distracted talking with somebody? Yes, it is. All right, so here we go. Let's take a look around inside. I've banged on about the view a bit, but I'm just going to do this. We're going to start at the entrance. This is how it is when you're entertaining people, folks. You bring them in here. They're walking through here. You've been making some beautiful food in this awesome kitchen, but we'll just check the awesome kitchen out in a second because they're not as interested in that as they are in the view from your place. You're going to send up, a couple of people outside just to hang around and be impressed while you finish off stuff in the kitchen, and here is what they're enjoying. I mean, you yourself don't even need to be that great company because this is what they get to look at. That is a very impressive setup. Now, definitely, I'm getting on with showing you the apartment now. This is what we have. Great living space through here. Obviously, sit and watch the TV. If you're not sitting there, okay, no, you're going to look at the view a lot of the time, but you have the TV. It's there on the wall. Then the kind of sitting area, I suppose, could be a small meals area here if you need it to be. If you're looking for an indoor meals area that takes in the view, that is. And here's your kitchen. So, beautiful stone tops with the beveled edge and the 2-drawer dishwasher. Really nice, high quality cabinetry. Everything about this has just been done so well. It is such a nice quality finish. The Smeg gas cooktop. The Smeg electric oven. Very good workspace all along here. Of course, the fridge recess, overhead storage, and the pantry. For an apartment, this has really good storage, by the way, and there's more overhead cabinets there. And we have also, the integrated microwave. Got to point it all out to you. If you haven't worked that out already. That's kind of the nature of these video walkthroughs. I have no idea how long this is because I've stopped and started a couple of times. If you're still here, thanks so much for watching. If you just jumped here because you got sick of me showing you everything else, well, thanks anyway. This is how all of this has been set up. We have the meals area. Currently has the round table, but there is ample space within there. You could, I reckon, pretty comfortably fit an 8-seater dining table there if you wanted to, depending on whether or not you needed to keep anything larger at the end like is currently in place. And we will swing back around and have a look at the main bedroom. I mentioned the storage before. Cupboard, 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 cupboard. It is a very large built-in wardrobe, all with the sliding doors across there. And I will just give you a quick look at this. Super well set up with the built-in storage. More of that all the way along. So we won't go drawer by drawer as we go room by room, but that's kind of what's going on. This is the main bedroom. It's a king-size bed that's there currently. The TV on the wall. All of that very nicely set up. And then that. What happened to the view? Well, we have these because, you probably don't want to worry about the curtains. It has curtains, but you probably don't want to worry about curtains if you've got a view like this, with the lights out you might want to just enjoy all of that view that we might have mentioned already. But the idea behind that, obviously, is that you have the privacy screen if you wish. By the way, I make it sound like closing the curtains is a big deal, but they are on a remote control. So hit the button and down they come. We can have the full in-room experience if you like. Of course, if this is getting too long, as mentioned previously. Skip along. So that's what's happening with that. And then we put the curtains up, or put the blinds up. And there's your view. Not a bad life. Not a bad life. Imagine drifting off to sleep. There. That's what's going on out there. You wake up when the sun starts shining in the morning and you have all of that beautiful view to enjoy once more. I think I've banged on enough about that view, but I'm pretty excited by it. I reckon it is one of the best positions going anywhere around here, and certainly the best finish on any of the apartments that I've seen around here as well. Now, the bathroom is very well appointed. Again, beautiful stone tops in here. We have the toilet in the ensuite bathroom. We have the bathtub. We have a gigantic mirror, which, depending on how much you're using that gym downstairs, may or may not be something to celebrate. And we have the shower. All right. That's in here. Now, let's go down this way and see bedroom number 2. And then I think we're going to call it a wrap, folks. I think you've probably seen enough by now to know that this is worth coming to see in person. It is well and truly something that is worth getting excited about. We can come have the tour together. You can take some time to have a look around downstairs. We can go and tour all of that in person if you still need to. And then if, we've got the viewing at the right time, sit here and enjoy the sunset. Make yourself comfortable and see everything that is on offer in this beautiful apartment. Now, this bedroom number 2, not a bad guest room, and that is a lot of booze in there. Probably best if your guests do stay here rather than drive home, that's for sure. And then this one opens out to the balcony as well. I didn't really show you the balcony like on its own. I think I just talked about the view from here. But good entertaining area here. You've got plenty of room for a larger outdoor dining table. Plenty of room for the more relaxed seating over here. And again, another blind that you can shuffle along as you wish. The bathroom. That's the other thing I've got to show you. Here's what we've got. So, the vanity, again, with that beautiful marble top. And another large shower. The toilet back there. Even the doors are a high quality finish. They've been very nicely chosen. Everything about it, again, just showing the high quality that has gone into this apartment. Bit more storage there. Actually, not so much storage as it is storage plus the switchboard. Your laundry has been very nicely designed. Room for the washer and the dryer. And in here we have the sink, storage, and behind the door, more storage. So I can't finish this video having shown you a storage cupboard. So I will head back out here and we can wrap it up with one last look at everything that you can see from here. By the way, I don't know if I have included this or not because I was waffling away before when the photographer was here. But down there, that right there, I'm sure I would have put it in. That's where the racetrack will be. You are sitting in a world-class position, folks. I got to say, it is absolutely spectacular. Amazing things going on at Optus. Amazing things going on down there. Amazing things going on over at Crown. You're near the theatre. All of that stuff right on your doorstep. An exciting place to be. Thanks so much for having a look around. I hope that shows you everything you could possibly expect to see in a real estate agent's video walkthrough. If there's anything I've missed, please do get in touch. I'd love to have a chat further. And more importantly, I'd love to see you here so you can see everything that is on offer. Thanks so much for sticking around for such a long time. Chat to you soon.